Welcome everybody. We are here on the Antaris Festival 2018 close to Berlin. It's a Goa-Trance festival with a 24 years tradition. The Goa-Trance community is said to have an especially spiritual attitude, and it's also strongly associated with the use of psychedelic substances. I'm standing here in an area called Spiritual Circle with many different offers like yoga workshops and massages. This year, and for the first time, there's also a Zen Buddhist school present that offers under the label of Electric Buddha meditation workshops and consulting talks to the festival audience. I'm a member of this school and I wonder what the Goa-Trance festival has in common with the traditional Korean-style Zen school, and why some of my teachers think that it's a good idea to promote our school at a party site like this. So my first question is, what is Zen?
Zen means to understand yourself. So who are you? So we all say, this is my life, this is my attainment, this is my not attainment, this is my problem, this is my happiness. But who is this I? So Zen means investigate, who am I?
So, hi everybody, I'm Yuval, I'm from Israel. And thank you, Zen Master, for your teaching. So, electric mantra. Electric mantra means bringing together three different kinds of energy. One is mantra, second is Zen, and third is electronic music.
How developed the idea to come here on a Goa-Trance festival and present our school in this frame?
Yeah, so some of the old-time students who like electronic music realize that there's some connection through the mantra practice, because mantra has a certain beat that goes on. So if you put that beat on electronic music beat, then you can turn not only your life but also your dancing into something that will help you attain your true self and help all beings. So this is the point. Zen means while we do the mantra, we look inside and we say, where does this mantra come from? I'm saying this mantra, but who is saying it? Where is this coming from? Okay, so once we look inside, we attain what we call clear mind, which it brings us to this moment.
What is spiritual about a Goa-Trance festival? Why is Goa-Trance associated with spirituality?
Because when you dance, you lose your ego, and with no ego, you are naked, and without aspects of what society puts on you, or your parents puts on you, or what yourself puts on you. And you don't need drugs for doing this. You just need the dance experience to really go into the ecstatic dance. Like when you surrender to this higher power, you're not dancing anymore. You get danced by this energy, and in there you can find clearance and who you really are. I think it's my belief.
This happiness, this pleasure, this flying high has actually no direction. Yeah, it has a moment of joy. And in this, it's a wonderful, this moment, as in all kinds of samadhis, whether you sit for yourself and completely put it all down, or whether you are dancing and have some ecstatic experience. Anything has a healing effect, certainly. Anything of these practices have some result. But my impression was it might help them to give them some direction. So at least offer it. At least come here and give some impulse into this festival.
hopefully this circle introduces the way to find a natural energy to the young people who are on the dance floor and perhaps have other ideas of finding their energy. There's a great feeling from dance can be found. Many people are finding it in a chemical way. In here we can find it in a natural way.
So where does this mantra come from? Look inside. Return to this moment.
But is it also maybe a test to introduce new forms in our school?
It's actually not a new form. We do a mantra practice and we do Kido. Kido means we do ceremonies and Kido even with percussion instruments and very powerful, very noisy. It's a kind of exorcism, very strong energy. Also we dance with this during these Kidos. The only difference here is we already have good music. We don't need to make it ourselves. And there's a nice bass line and that invites you to the movement. And then, but the mantra is there, it could be added. The mantra could be added and everything is there. Like during our Kido, maybe a little, it sounds different indeed. Actually, it sounds better.
Yeah, you mentioned you can have this by dancing without drugs, but also this Goa-Trance scene is associated with a lot of substance taking, like LSD or mushrooms. What is your attitude toward it? Do you have experience with things like this?
Yeah, I have experience for it, and I used it a lot in both destructive ways that I did in younger ages, and then more constructive ways. What I also learned, like from LSD, I should work my body and make it more pure. You can use it as a drug or you can use it as a medicine.
I think the question really comes down to the substances that people use in connection with the music. And from the early days with Goa-Trance, you had the ethnobotanicals, these sacred plants that were used by people that were involved in the scene. And really the connection, I think, comes down to the music and the plants and the people. And then the journey of those people to first discover the scene and think it's interesting, and then to take these substances, these plants, and then to have that mind-opening experience that they connect to the greater consciousness of the world.
What is your experience with it? Why is it so strongly linked to this kind of music, to this kind of festival?
I don't think it's only linked to this kind of festival. I think it's linked to any kind of festival where people want to find an energy that's much longer than the normal, let's say, 2 hours. Therefore, to find another energy, some people can find it with a good strong coffee. There are energy drinks on the market. They work also in this way. These all have a negative. These all have a downside as well. In here, you can actually find a way to lengthen the energy without the side effects.
Do you think you have a responsibility because you're showing these beautiful pictures and there's a title, it says psychedelic art?
Dream Temple, yeah.
And so young people could come and say, wow, that's great, if I take a pill I will experience this. Do you have communication about it, or don't you consider this your responsibility?
No, we do consider this. And as a gallery, we provide the space that it's a shady, comfortable space where people can come and relax. And that this is not a shop that you can just come and relax. You don't have to buy anything. I think the influence to suggest to young people that they can take a pill and change their world in our current world is a good suggestion.
Okay, that's a statement.
Or some of us, we may take some substances. We call it special medicine. This medicine is also opening some windows, we get some insights, and also it helps to expand, in a way, the mind. But we all know, as it is with all kinds of medicine, first, it doesn't go to the roots, to the sources. Second, it may have a side effect. And third, if it's finished, if the influence is finished, then you crash back.
It's also about if you're taking the drugs or if you're not taking the drugs in the dance. If you take it as a ride on an amusement park, you're just going, roller coastering it, and it's gone. You're going off, and it's you haven't learned anything. You have wow, this was cool. Or you can take it and get knowledge to your life and bring it back. Because and that's the key, Otherwise, you're just taking drugs or not medicines.
Start the sitting with 3 claps, 1, 2, 3, and finish with 3 claps, 5 minutes. Okay.
Do you get feedbacks that some of these people, they stick to some formal praxis or meditation praxis, or is it just curiosity and have a look one time and then go back to the party? Is there a transfer from party audience to spiritual audience?
I hope so. What we are offering here is a 1.5 hours little taster. We can't expect to transform people, but give them an idea of the other side of life as well.
Isn't it classic missionary work?
Yeah, what is missionary? We don't, except that we have some flag outside, and an open door. We don't do any missionary, but we invite people, and they come by themselves, and they already know. Keep some silence for a few minutes is helping me, and if they come for the workshop, they know they get some teaching, and then they have the choice. Oh, yeah, that was helpful, or if not, then not.
I have a problem with any kind of groups or systems or structure, dogma. I believe in personal freedom, and the individual is unique. So any kind of system where they have a structure,
it's not yours.
It's not for me.
Okay.
What we do want is to offer people in other circumstances, which is not practice circumstances, to have experience of meditation without the formal forms, okay, and connect to the heart of meditation. And then they taste something, then they might come to Zen Center and slowly
end up sitting for many hours in long retreats?
What?
Will they end up sitting for many hours in long retreats? Is this a kind of plan?
Well, even in our school we have Zen masters who don't sit long hours in long retreats. So this was never in a school dogma. So some who can do it, or body allows them, life allows them, then no problem. But some have to get to Zen in a different way. So it's not about form or long retreats. Zen is what you're doing right now with your mind, yes?
What is your fear, or what is your resistance towards this?
Because of people. Because as soon as you have a leader that has some kind of power and influence over other people, that his own personal opinions and desires and influence the situation. And I just find most organized spiritual groups or have some kind of influence from an individual.
And what is your way? Do you have a special way of spirituality? Do you follow a school or a religion?
Yes, universal school and universal religion. So put them all together, you find the truth.
So
I guess my view of spirit is it's natural nature. It's God, and anything coming from that is pure, with love. So the end religion for me is love, and everything made from God is love, and that's natural. And you can change the process on that a bit, like molecules and stuff, but.
Here, please completely attain holiday mind or completely attain freedom, nothing much to do. So be happy and don't do anything and just relax and enjoy. That is wonderful. But from time to time, as we did it during our practice, stand there, breathe in, breathe out, and stay clear. And return to that moment world, to that treasure you all have inside you. Return to that treasure and connect. That is so important. So this treasure if this treasure unfolds, it will help your life. And then helping your life means also it helps your family and your comrades, your colleagues. Then it helps your neighborhood and it helps maybe your city, and then this whole world.
isn't it about trust? Because when we grow up, we always have like people who teach us something, who are more experienced.
Yeah, definitely. And if you trust that person implicitly, then for sure, I think it's useful. And not to say that different spiritual leaders are not useful and can provide you with a lot of information that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. For sure. I mean, it's how we learn and how we interact with people. But the amount of trust, people to trust people, I don't really trust people.
What do you trust?
The universe and myself,
We all think, these days, oh my God, what can we do? Look at these superpowers, these politicians, all is crazy. But actually, it starts all from us, from our mind. So if we keep clear, we already give something very important into this world. So we shouldn't blame Trump only and this and that people. Sometimes we are not better, we are narrow, we are holding our things, we are fighting for our stuff. So open, stay clear. This is very important.
Do you see this spiritual circle as an educational tool for young people?
Yes, I do hope so, yes. And it's very heartwarming to see that young people are coming in, trying one workshop one day, a different workshop another day. They're curious in this way. And if we can just start and tickle it a little bit, it hopefully will grow and develop.